I'm Chloe Gross.
And I'm Matt Monero.
Welcome to the Sailor Station. This past week we had our pep rally and homecoming. Recently, Oceanside held its annual homecoming celebrations. It started with class banners decorating the hallways during Spirit Week where students dressed up in different outfits to show their school spirit. This led up to pep rally where the student body was treated to performances from the marching band, the dance team, and both JV and varsity cheerleaders. One of the highlights of the pep rally was the crowning of the homecoming court. This year's prince was Nick McComb and the princess was Aiden Green. The homecoming king was Matt Chano and the queen was Vicky Lynn. The court could also be seen the next day at the homecoming parade.
Go Sailors!
This day ended with the pregame market and barbecue leading up to the football game against Plainview Old Bethpage. At halftime, the Patriots Club honored World War II Navy veteran Emil Kesselman for his service in the Navy and as an assistant to President Harry S. Truman. He also participated in the coin toss before the game.
And with more about the homecoming football game and other sports, let's send it to Steven Sklar.
The Oceanside Sailors football team is riding a 3-game win streak behind stellar play from their sophomore quarterback, Charlie McKee. That 3-game win streak is highlighted by a win at homecoming over Plainview Old Bethpage. Congrats to the boys varsity volleyball team for clinching their first conference championship in 19 years. The Sailors clinched with a win over Garden City on October 16th and finished off their home season with a 3-set win over previously unbeaten Sewanaka. Congrats to the girls varsity soccer team for also clinching the conference championship. They clinched with a 1-0 win over Freeport, with the lone goal coming off of the foot of senior Ashley Ladner. The World Series has begun, and it features the Nationals squaring off against the Houston Astros. The road team stayed dominant this weekend, with the Astros winning 3 straight in Washington to take a 3-2 series lead. The road trip was highlighted by a breakout Game 4 performance by Alex Bregman. Week 8 is finished, and some things just never change. The Pats and Niners remain undefeated with wins over the Browns and Panthers, respectively. The Texans get a bittersweet win over John Gruden and the Raiders. Despite the win, they lose J.J. Watt for the remainder of the season. While one star goes down, another comes back. Drew Brees led his Saints to a win over the Arizona Cardinals. They'll head into their bye week. For sports, I'm Steven Sklar. Let's send it back to Matt and Chloe.
Seniors are starting to apply to colleges. Many seniors may not know which schools are the right ones for them. Let's send it to Donovan to find out more.
The college visits offer students an excellent opportunity to learn more about a specific college or university that they're interested in, but it also gives them an opportunity to meet with that admissions representative directly. Now, oftentimes that admissions representative is the person who's reading that student's application. So any opportunity to have a face-to-face interaction with that individual, I think is excellent. It's an excellent opportunity. Sign-ups are easy. So all of the college visits are posted in Naviance under the colleges tab that's there. What you can do is you can access that list, and there's a button there that literally says sign up. So you click that and make sure you get yourself on that list. But it's very important afterward that you get a pass from one of the secretaries in the guidance office. You'll show that pass to your teacher, and it'll be an excused absence for that period on that day. First impressions are incredibly important, and this may be that first time that you're meeting this admissions representative, so you do want to look as sharp as you can. It is incredibly important that students are respectful during these visits. With that being said, you want to make sure that you're not chewing gum, that you're not drinking coffee in the middle of the presentation, that you're not texting, that you're not talking. All right, these representatives are doing hundreds of visits throughout the application season. You want to be respectful of their time and really give them the 40 minutes. Come prepared with questions, be as attentive as you can. So I think that attending these visits can have a significant impact on the college application process, especially depending on the school. There are some schools out there that will track every single time you communicate with an admissions representative. That could be attending these visits, that could be visiting the representatives at a college fair, calling the school, emailing the school. Not all, but there are a number of colleges that track these things. So again, it just shows interest, and the more interest you show, the more invested they know you are in the school, hopefully the better your chances of getting in. It's really important that students know that college visits are available for juniors and seniors. I think that in the past, students have viewed this more as a senior thing, but juniors and seniors can sign up for these visits. Again, everything's posted in Naviance. You really want to get comfortable with that Naviance program now. Your username and password is the same as your Oceanside email username and password. If you have questions, contact your guidance counselor. Contact me, we'll get you going. But take advantage of these visits because it's an excellent opportunity for you.
One important part of the college admissions process is the admissions interview. To help students feel more comfortable, the guidance department held their annual mock interview day.
The seniors had the option to pick if they wanted to do a job interview or an interview for college admissions.
Let's go to Sean with the story.
Student Interview Day is an important part of high school education. Prepare students for important events that are coming up in our near future, such as job interviews and college interviews. First, students print out their resumes that they made listing all of their past accomplishments, jobs, and volunteer experience. The student then has a practice interview with a teacher where they are asked typical job interview questions, such as why they are a valuable asset and what they have done in the past. This process helps make sure that students are ready for one of the most important parts of the work experience.
If you haven't noticed, there has been a big push to promote literacy in the district. This has been due to the efforts of the English department and the library personnel.
Recently, the chairman for the English and Library, Dr. Beth Zirianis, was interviewed for their efforts. Let's send it to Sean to hear more about it.
My name is Dr. Beth Zirianis, and I'm the Director of English, Reading, and Libraries for the district, K-12. We've made a lot of changes to the Oceanside High School Library in this past school year, and we have more to come. But the changes I'm most excited about are just really reconfiguring the space so that it's more student-friendly. We added our read and ride bikes. We created that somewhat of a lounge area so that students could have a place to decompress. We added games so that students could use the library in a way that was sort of separate from them being always hooked into their technology. We're really working on making a ton of book displays so that they really, the library looks more like a bookstore and kids are drawn in to the book displays, and hopefully our circulation is way up. It's really a wonderful experience to be interviewed. I was interviewed by Overdrive, Sora, the company who runs Perspectives on Reading, which is a national digital magazine about literacy and reading. And I had the opportunity last month for them to come in from Ohio. They sent a camera crew and really spent some time sitting down talking with me about the work that the teachers, the leadership team have really been in this building, have been really partnering together to try and make some inroads to building our Booklove here so that students are developing a more passionate readerly life outside of the school curriculum. I'm most proud that I do think we are changing the culture, and I think all teachers are on board to support the initiative. When I look at something like our book fair last year, which was a tremendous success, I'm looking forward to the book fair again this year. I just think that there's a multi-layered approach here in this building that makes me proud, that is celebrating the work that we're trying to do, and I'm most looking forward to that continuing to grow and to expand, and to just even those little stories that teachers will tell me kid by kid of a kid who's gotten hooked into a book or found something that they're passionate about that they didn't know they were passionate about before. So it's not always the big grandiose ideas, sometimes it's those small stories that keep us going.
I'm Matt Monero.
And I'm Chloe Gross.
And for all things Sailor Nation,
We are the Sailor Station.